From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, if you enjoy animals and want to learn more about them, you can check out Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals. We hang out with Sharon Clay, and you can go to weathernorcal.com to watch all of the different episodes. You can do a binge watch. You can also access it from the free Weather NorCal app. Same thing with NorCal Ag Report. Has a big impact on our community, and of course we talk to different ranchers and farmers and learn more about agriculture in the area. Same thing, weathernorcal.com, click on the Ag Report section and you can watch all of the episodes. And again, it's available on the free Weather NorCal app. If you haven't downloaded it, do it today. All you have to do is go to your app store, search for Weather NorCal, and download it for free. And of course, you can get the Ag Report, you can get Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals, and of course, your weather forecast and your local, yes, your complete local forecast. All right, let's take a look at your headlines. The heat wave, it peaks today, and it'll peak again going into tomorrow before we really start to see those temperatures begin to dip. Now, we're looking at mainly sunny, dry conditions here, which includes the mountains as well. But highs, not as hot by the end of the week, and even more so by the time we get into your Father's Day weekend. But of course, that's not the case today. We look at your neighborhood at a glance. Ooh, yes, it's still pretty hot out there, 80s and even 90s. Look at that in the higher elevations for those daytime highs. But that fire danger, man, I tell you what, it's going to be high for today. There you can see that getting the deeper oranges here. That's in the high to even very high category. Taking you into your Wednesday, we're still in that high to very high as well. So with the winds picking up a little bit here, dry, and not to mention the aforementioned heat, that's going to increase the fire danger. But the good news is the winds should die down a bit. There'll be more from the south, as you can see here. Temperatures dropping and the humidity levels will still be low, but you can see we're more in that moderate to high range when we're talking about that fire danger. So the fire weather risk is dropping along with those temperatures, but still very dry and a little breezy at times as well. Storm systems continue to ride to our north. Of course, the main impact with that is it's just really squashing that heat. So when you say, what are you talking about, squashing the heat? We broke a record in Red Bluff yesterday. We're looking at temperatures getting close to records again today. But let me tell you, we probably would break records if we didn't have these storm systems riding to the north. We would have a bigger ridge of high pressure and we would have bigger heat as well. So we can thank these storms for moving on through. And as we continue to progress for the rest of the week, we're going to watch this one not only push to the north, but even dive a little bit more to the south, pushing that heat, bubble of heat, a little bit more to our east. This bubble of heat more to the south. And look at this, by the time we get into the weekend, we're going to watch that continue to retreat off to the east. This will dive down to the south, and we're going to watch this move in really through the Pacific Northwest. Now, it'll clip Northern California. It's not going to have an impact as far as much in the way of rain, but it is going to keep our temperatures down, and we take you into early next week, yet another shot of some cooler air preventing the heat from to our south from moving on in. So we do have cooler temperatures on the way. We've just got to get through this heat wave with the excessive heat warning in effect through tomorrow evening with highs between 97 and 106 degrees. But those overnight lows, we're not recovering a whole lot, struggling to get out of the 70s. So you can see the dry conditions through the weekend. Look at this, by Monday, Tuesday of next week, we are seeing with that cooler trough of low pressure moving in, this particular forecast model going back and forth on the potential bringing us some rain by next Monday or Tuesday. At this point, I'm going to hold off until I get more consistency, but this is the American forecast model that we're looking at. It's been looking at a pretty good track record here over the last several weeks, so we'll wait and see, but as of right now, I'm keeping it dry. Hot, sunny, dry out there, a little breezy north wind as well, 106 for Redding, 103 for Chico, and temperatures 80s, mainly 90s though, for the higher elevations. Although if you go to Lassen Park, which that highway through Lassen Park still not 100% open, but 77 degrees. Temperatures, yes, in the low 60s for those daytime highs for the coast. Let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley. Temperatures peaking today and tomorrow, but there we are, dropping down to the mid to upper 90s by Thursday, Friday. Low 90s taking you through your Father's Day weekend, and even cooler going into early next week. Temperatures low 60s for the coast for the next 7 days. Inland areas, temperatures mainly 80s through Thursday, back down to the 70s by Friday. Should be in the 80s for Weaverville Friday and Saturday, and in the 70s by Sunday, back up to about 82 degrees by next Monday. We take a look at your 7-day outlook for Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains. Temperatures will be fairly warm in the 90s for most of the mountain locations through Thursday, but then we're down into the 80s by Friday. Susanville staying in the 80s for the weekend, but it does look like Mount Shasta City and El Tourist will drop down into the low to mid 70s.
Everywhere I go, I'm riding with pride. I'm riding on my go-go. Watch me glide. Everywhere I go, I'm getting around. I'm riding on my go-go. All over town. I'm riding in style and feeling so right. It's easy to take and it's all so light. Everywhere I go, I'm riding on my go-go.
Everything Medical, your mobility experts.